Now, let's face it, when I dropped out of school, but both my children were tops of their class. I mean, like valedictorians. And I give all due respect to their mama. It wasn't me, trust me. I play a role, but a small role. A small role. That's why somebody told me years ago, they say, I don't know how I heard it, why I heard it, when I heard it. And they said, do you want this woman to be the mother of your children? I don't know where I heard it from. I think I heard it as a kid in grammar school. But they said, do you want this woman to be the mother of your children? And if I didn't hear it in grammar school, it had to be high school. So people call me up because I'm on these shows. I get really critical of African American women and all that kind of good stuff. I'm really hard on them because the onus is on the woman, because the woman is the first teacher of the children. And if you have an ignorant woman, you tend to have ignorant children. That sounds mean and crass and cruel, but hey, people, ignorance breeds ignorance. Unless somebody steps in, the school, the church, the politician, the preacher, the potentate, somebody with wisdom comes in and helps that child and gives that child the wisdom that the mother can't give. And let me tell you something. As a parent, you can't do everything for your child. I mean, my children went to grammar school and high school, and they see their teachers and everybody at the school more than they see me. So one level, especially when your children go to school after being at home for 3, 4, 5 years, the school is more important and based than you are. And that's why people like Rahm Emanuel and Barack Obama send their children their kids to the lab school. No offense, Michelle Obama, she was Michelle Robinson back in the day. She went to Bryn Mawr. It's called Boucher. Well, she wasn't gonna send her children to Boucher, and I don't blame her. No way, for a lot of different reasons. And these class distinctions, the ignorant and the poor get mad when you're trying to put me down. You trying to put me down. No, I ain't trying to put you down. I'm just trying to tell you how it is. You are poor. And the mobility rate is at an all-time low in America. And if you are poor, if you're a poor child in America, your zip code predicts your future. Unless you have something you were born with that makes you a great achiever, that makes you want to do something. Everybody ain't born to achieve. Man, this is South Shore. It's really a great area. I love these tracks. The train ain't coming, but the train come right down these tracks, and they supposed to stop. I'm going across the tracks, people. And the train come right down the street. But I'm about to go. I came out of the Highlands, and I came out of Park Manor, and I'm going into Terraville. Now, Terraville is actually part of the South Shore, but I forgot where Terraville starts, but I'm getting close. I'm at Yates, and you go over to Exchange. I mean, it's Terraville, people. That's why I come here doing it. That's the South Shore Cultural Center, which is a beautiful, beautiful building. Elijah Muhammad, when he was around in the old Nation of Islam, they wanted to make this a hospital, but they never got around to it. Never got around to it. So come through South Shore. I mean, I don't know where Jesse Jackson used to live, but they gone. I think they moved out of the house. I sold the house. I know she's got to be living in Chicago somewhere. Maybe she in D.C. with her children. I don't know. But Junior's in jail. And pretty soon, when Junior come out, Jesse Jackson Jr., when he comes out of jail, and then Sandy goes in. I met them years ago. They're good people, but, they got caught up. And the politics ain't beanbag people. And you don't have to be guilty to go to jail. I don't know what he did, but like we used to say back in the day, he made somebody mad. And if you make somebody mad, you're going to pay the price. So this is Exchange. I think this is the area they call Terraville. I don't know the actual streets with Terraville, the boundaries of Terraville. But, Gary McCarthy, the superintendent of the police, he was on WVON radio this morning. I'm taping this in February. And he talked about the reduction of crime. Of course, the city of Chicago spent like $100 million in overtime. That's a lot of money to stop the crime. You should come here and through the hood, man. Folks be mean mugging you. They look hard. Because it's a hard knock life out here. And it really doesn't have to be, because that's why, you got to be blessed with good parents. I was blessed with good parents. They did the best they could based on what they knew and all that kind of good stuff. But I was fortunate. I didn't appreciate. Man, I made a couple of wrong turns. I'm trying to get over to the lake and whatnot. When you be running your mouth, shouldn't do a show, a TV video or something and run your mouth. There's the police looking at me. The popos are looking at me. So let me come down here. Oof. I want to go over to the lake. I was saying that South Shore, this is called Terraville, but South Shore is a wonderful neighborhood that people only knew. There's some beautiful homes in South Shore. But there's also a lot of apartments and mothers who, gotta work and they let their boys run around the street and and they wreak havoc. You know, you gotta keep your children in the house. I hate to say it. You gotta try to keep them off the drugs, teach them some values. I'm not a big fan of organized religion at all, but I do know the value of it when people gotta have some type of spirituality, something. Because left to your own devices, you go silly. All right. I was saying that I was supposed to go over to Michelle Obama's house. Her house is over near Jeffrey. And now I'm way over on South Shore. I don't know how I got over here. It's a long story. You've been watching it. But what I was saying is that South Shore is a great neighborhood, and you have the sections called Terraville, where the young boys be shooting and killing each other. But you live right off the lake. I really should show you the lake. I'm 1 block from the freaking lake. I mean, literally 1 block from the lake. And so you live on lakefront property. Lakefront property because of poverty and ignorance. You don't know that you live on prime real estate, a beautiful area, lakefront property, minutes from downtown. I should have stopped over there. Man, let me cut off this camera and concentrate. I'm over here at the Adam Clayton Powell School. Man, I got this bus over here ruining the beauty because it's a bus turnaround right here at 75th Street. And so it's kind of noisy with this bus going. You can see a glimpse of downtown Chicago through the trees and whatnot. That's the Amico Aon building. It used to be called the Amico building. That's the John Hancock. Let me see if I find a Sears Tower. That's a CTA bus. It used to be called a green limousine when they were green. So you got Rainbow. This is actually Rainbow Beach Park. And that's Adam Clayton Powell, the new Adam Clayton Powell School. I don't know what they did with the old one, because my nephew went to this old Adam Clayton Powell back in the day. Folks don't even know who Adam Clayton Powell is. Congressman in New York, Harlem, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. People said the old timers who knew him or knew of him or saw him back in the day said he was great. The guy could pass for white, but that was a different era, so he couldn't pass for white. They weren't called multicultural and biracial and all that kind of foolishness. He was one dropper. He was black, and so, but he was one of the strongest, if not the strongest, black voice politician at the time. Okay, Adam Clayton Powell. I talked about him before. But this is a lake. It's frozen, people. The beach is frozen. The lake, not the whole lake. Parts of the lake is frozen, ice. Come in the summertime, it's beautiful, but come here during the day because out here at certain times, your peeps out here, you gotta be careful. I mean, my peeps rather, African Americans. Man, Chicago's great. Man, look at that. Man, look at this magnificent. As long as I live in Chicago, I've never been over here at 75th Street where the bus turnaround is at the Rainbow Beach Park. See, folks, look at this. Lakefront property. These folks see the sun rise. Look at this. Man, all right.